Hey sippers, how y'all doing? I hope you guys are well, but my health came first, okay? So I'm here. Anyhow, I got a story about a pastor in Detroit doing some untalked about things. We're going to get into it, okay? And also I want to talk to y'all about Real Talk Bougie. She's another content creator. I'm going to put her link down below in description, okay? You guys check her channel out. We had a great conversation. Thanks, Real Talk, for being as kind as you were. Okay, I'm going to read first. The story from M.L. Eldrick. He's with the Detroit Free Press, okay? And then I'm going to show you the proof, his record, the pastor's record, and we're going to watch the video and come back, okay? Let's get into it. A prominent Detroit pastor has been charged with assaulting a minor in Farmington Hills for an incident that allegedly occurred in December. The Reverend Kenneth Flowers, 63, pastor of Greater New Mount Moriah Baptist Church in Detroit, was arraigned Friday in Farmington Hills District Court on one count of criminal conduct with force or coercion, and one count of criminal assault with intent to commit criminal penetration. Court records show Flowers stood mute and a plea of not guilty was entered on his behalf. He was released on a $25,000 personal recognizance bond, which means he did not have to post no cash or bond, but owed the court $25,000 if he fails to appear to future proceedings in the case. The maximum penalty of criminal conduct charge is 15 years in prison, and the maximum penalty on the actual charge, S charge. Let's just bypass that. Flowers has been pastor at Greater New Mount Moriah since 1995, which is my family's church when I was younger, but he wasn't the pastor. It was Benjamin L. Hooks. When he succeeded the legendary Reverend Benjamin L. Hooks, the longtime executive director of the NAACP. The church's website says it has 1,000 members and describes Flowers as a community social activist for human rights issues with an international reputation. International, wow. He is held in such high regard that in 2019, Detroit Mayor Mike Dugan appointed him to serve on the city's Board of Ethics. He did not serve long, as he was deemed ineligible to serve after it was determined he lived in Farmington Hills. So, the thing is, to work for the city, you're supposed to live in the city, okay, of Detroit. Flowers was known for his outreach to leaders of other faiths, and his church's website says he is the first pastor ever at Greater New Mount Moriah to license and ordain females to the preaching ministry and to ordain females as deacons. U.S. 6th Circuit Court of Appeals Judge Damon Keefe once said of Flowers, according to the Michigan Chronicle, "My job as a federal judge is reading people, and as soon as I saw him, I talked to him. I knew we had a Christian superstar on our hands. That's wonderful. He succeeded being Hooks. And Benjamin Hooks, if I can remember, have not had any allegations of this nature. That's wonderful. He succeeded being Hooks, and they had to select a new pastor, someone with the potential that could keep up the tradition of Ben Hooks, and I'm very proud of him. He's involved himself in the NAACP, the United Negro College Fund, the Black Pastors of Detroit, and I'm just so proud, probably to be around men, allegedly. Detroit has never been the same since Ken Flowers came. On August 5th, the Oakland County prosecutor added a charge of kidnapping, alleging that Flowers did knowingly restrain a 17-year-old male with intent to engage in criminal penetration or criminal assault. Adding the kidnapping charge raised the stakes for Flowers in two ways. It allowed prosecutors to replace the assault charges that carried maximum prison sentences of 10 and 15 years, respectively, with more severe assault charges. Those upgraded charges and the kidnapping count all carry a maximum sentence of life in prison. A preliminary examination was scheduled for October the 18th, but Flowers waived his right to the proceeding, which is where prosecutors typically present some of the strongest evidence and witness testimony to persuade a district court judge to send the case to try in circuit court. Let's get into the video.
A former prominent Detroit pastor has pled no contest to 2 counts of criminal conduct with a minor. Reverend Kenneth Flowers is accused of assaulting a 17-year-old boy in Farmington Hills back in December of 2023. Flowers had been a pastor at the Greater New Mount Moriah Baptist Church in Detroit for nearly 30 years. If convicted, he faces up to 25 years in prison. Sentencing is scheduled for July.
Let me say this, because you do a lot for the city and you do other things and good manners and stuff like that, does not mean behind closed doors that you are a monster, okay? So let's get that right first, okay? We don't know if it's the truth or it's not, okay? But as you guys seen, he's been charged with it, okay? Also, I put a little extra video on the end here, information on the end here. Another pastor in our city, he unalived, transgender, okay? He was dating, he was seen, he was married, but he also was seen and didn't want it to get out, so he unalived her, okay? Yeah. That's the end of this video, guys. Let me say this. To me, a pastor is still a man, a human being. Yeah, he's supposed to be in the congregation speaking and giving the word and the training of what God's supposed to deliver to him to do. Okay? But you guys have to remember, they are still human beings. Men. Okay? Or women. Whomever. Pastor. They're human beings. Okay? And human beings do things. And they also make mistakes. Okay? So y'all don't be putting all your trust in these men and women pastors, okay?